Calculating the purchase price of a rehab property. Rehabilitation is the process of restoring and improving a property to a satisfactory condition by repair and remodel, yet not radically changing the floor plan, frame or style of engineering. RABs fall into three essential classes. 1. Individual utilize. 2. Rental. 3. Flip. Each sort conveys an alternate level of risk. The vast majority will begin by RABing a house for their very own utilization. It conveys a minimal measure of a hazard since they won't have the additional conveying expense of a second property. If they live in the house while they are renovating it, simply have their own customary everyday costs. Calculating the purchase price of a rehab property, realizing what to pay for a house, is basic in the RABing amusement. There are a variety of factors that need to be considered on a particular arrangement. 1. Know the estimation of the property. That is the resale, after repairs estimation of the home. Ensure to see real late practically identical sales. Truly homes sell overall for something around 8%, not as much as asking the cost. 2. Deduct the expenses of all repairs expected to prepare the home for resale. Make beyond any doubt that seller is sensible about this number. 3. Deduct holding costs. Holding costs include finance, mortgage interest, utilities, taxes, and insurance. 4. Deduct the closing cost. 5. Deduct any other expenses such as finder's fees to wholesalers or realtors. Advantages of rehab property. The vast majority will begin by RABing a house for their very own utilization. It conveys a minimal measure of a hazard since they won't have the additional conveying expense of a second property. If they live in the house while they are renovating it, simply have their own customary everyday costs. Seller doesn't have a similar time wait. When sellers are RABing a property with the aim of flipping it, they are losing a little bit of their benefit every day. Holding expenses are a ticking clock, time is cash. When seller encounters a postponement, he will lose cash. In the event that the market makes a fast deal troublesome, the seller will lose cash. The dangers related with flipping are gigantic. The present real estate economic situations simply exacerbate it. When you are remodeling a house with the goal of flipping, the seller has to remember the end client. This normally implies settling on traditionalist decisions that will engage the greatest number of potential purchasers. Regardless, seller has to remember resale in the event that if he has an aim of selling soon. Figure out what seller resale time span may be and works consider that. On the off chance that it will be a long-haul hold, seller ought to do whatever makes glad and fits his way of life. RABing to rent. Repairing a property to rent it out might be somewhat less costly. However, it accompanies its own particular arrangement of worries also. For example, it might be difficult to renegotiate the property when finished. Banks normally get a kick out of the chance to see a property that has passed all the code reviews and is leased to a decent inhabitant with no less than a 1-year rent. Some different issues seller may experience could be the advance to esteem they'll permit or the likelihood of a higher loan cost since it's an investment property, and seller additionally risk getting a low examination on the after repair esteem. Something else to recollect is that now sellers managing inhabitants and additionally an administration organization as well. Numerous fruitful real estate investors attempt to get around this administration and support piece by selling the property on a rent-to-claim premise rather than simply keeping it as an ordinary rental. Thusly, they'll have brought down duties upon the deal since it's been over a year. Likewise, the occupant would likely have a greater amount of an owner's outlook while living in the property and would typically be in charge of minor repairs and upkeep. This is the place the rent choice methodology could be best, and it could be a path for the real estate investor to remain out of the repair business, to been over a year. Mistakes during rehabbing a house for the first time. Owners can easily avoid the major mistakes that leave you scrambling. These are the common do-it-yourself mistakes during rehabbing a house for the first time. Not getting the proper permits. Not getting a home inspection. Getting cheap. Tackling do-it-yourself jobs you aren't qualified for. Bad or poor decorating. For free samples of probates, inherited, foreclosures, absentees, landlord, vacant, code violations, evictions list, visit www.ralsupermarket.com.